himself.
What's good, everybody? Let's talk some Tampa sports. We've done edge rushers. We've done cornerbacks. Now we are going to what I believe is also in the top 3 of needs for the Bucs going into 2023. That is inside linebacker and checking the free agent market for that position. Probably the position with the most question marks, honestly. Like, at least with edge, you can say, like, yeah, we got Yaya Diaby. Corner, you can say, yeah, we got Zion McCollum. Inside linebacker, there's a lot of question marks. There's a ton of question marks. Here is the depth chart right now. KJ Britt, free agent, probably gone. Lavonte David, free agent, retirement, still up in the air. We haven't really heard anything about that. Servassier Dennis, coming off of an injury. Love his game, though. And JJ Russell, free agent. So, as we all already knew, and as I showed on the screen, it's too many questions. Too many questions. We need answers. Last year, the Bucs got ate up through the middle of the field all season long. It never really got better as the season progressed. It just needs improvement. Badly. Regarding Lavonte David, if I was like forced to give you an answer on what I think would happen, I'd say another cheap 1-year contract. I'd say last year was the first year where we've actually saw a little bit of a decline from Lavonte David. As expected. 35 years old. But when you look at the playoff game, the game against the Commanders, he was the best player on that defense, in my opinion. So when it matters most, he still has juice left in the tank for sure. I would like to have Lavonte David back. That's just my opinion. I think also combining the fact that Lavonte David was paired with KJ Britt, first-year starter, and then JJ Russell, started on the practice squad to begin the season. Like, these are not elite, or I don't even know if I could say, like, good guys, good middle linebackers. It was kind of just a lack of depth was the biggest issue, I would say, at the inside linebacker position. So I think that kind of hindered Lavonte a little bit, like had to kind of stretch his limits more than he really needed to. If you give him a guy like one of these guys that we're going to talk about, I think Lavonte David would not have looked how we did at points in the season. So I think I've made it clear at this point, yes, I would like to have Lavonte back on another 1-year contract. All right, first free agent linebacker we're going to talk about. Let's just get the big one out of the way. Zack Baun, linebacker for the Philadelphia Eagles, had an insane season, one of the best coverage linebacker seasons we've seen in years. He's going to get paid. He's absolutely going to get paid. The grades speak for himself. 90.1 overall grade. Rush defense grade, not known as a rush defense type of linebacker, but still 73 is a pretty good grade there. Top 50 out of all linebackers in the NFL, but that coverage grade, my goodness. We saw it in the Super Bowl, we saw it in the playoffs, we saw it in the regular season all year long. First out of 189 linebackers, 91.7. Once again, the numbers speak for themselves. It's funny because, of course, he was on the Saints, really didn't even do much with the Saints. He wasn't even a starter on the Saints. You look at 3 games started, 4 games started, 1 game started, 6 games started. And then the Philadelphia Eagles take a flyer on him. And then first team All-Pro, Pro Bowl, had votes for Defense Player of the Year. Like, crazy. That's crazy. That I would be so sick. We've seen it happen, though, as Bucs fans. But, yeah. Not a ton of interceptions, but just not letting guys get open. Just the blanket coverage in the middle of the field. It was impressive to watch. I got to say so myself. 151 total tackles. Like, he had himself a year. He's going to get paid, absolutely. And would the Bucs pay that much money for an inside linebacker? I'm not sure. I think that's a position, honestly, I'm doing this video more for the following guys. Not to get a guy like Zack Baun, but to get, one of these next guys and then draft someone as well. Because I think the draft is looking pretty good for an inside linebacker position. Moving on, up next, Dre Greenlaw from the San Francisco 49ers. Obviously didn't play much at all. I think only like 34 snaps last season due to injury. Still only 27 years old, 6 foot, 230 pounds. When he was healthy, top 10 linebacker in the NFL. So this is one of the guys coming off a very significant injury. I mean, it happened in the Super Bowl. Pretty much missed all of this year, too. He's not going to cost you a ton of money. A team will still pay him because he does have that talent. He's still 27. Yes, it was a bad injury, but he's still young enough to recover from that injury. Someone will pay him. Obviously, it won't be as much as a Zack Baun. Third guy we're looking at is Nick Bolton from the Kansas City Chiefs. Very young, just 24 years old, so still a lot of room for growth from Nick Bolton. A guy that's pretty much been a staple over the last 3-ish seasons, I guess I could say, for the Kansas City Chiefs defense. Has never been a guy where you're like, attack Nick Bolton in the middle of the field. He's been very safe, very secure for this team, good tackler, all over the field, and a name that, honestly, when I watch the Chiefs defense, I notice all of the time. So, pulling up his grades, nothing extremely flashy, but he just gets the job done, honestly. I think he's just the safe pick, not the flashy pick. I'd say Dre Greenlaw is definitely more of a flashy pick if the Bucs were to go that route. Nick Bolton, run defense grade, good. Pass defense grade, pretty dang good. But like I said, safe, secure. You notice him, good tackler, doesn't make too many mistakes, and that's honestly something that we could have used all of last year. So that's the reason I'm putting him in this conversation. For his time with the Chiefs, just 4 years, like I said, only 24 years old, pretty young still. 4 interceptions through 4 years from the linebacker position, not too bad. And then you talk about that 2022 season, 180 total tackles. That's crazy. 2021, just 21 years old, 112. Last year, 106. So he's all over the field, like I said. Great tackler, like I said. Shows in the numbers. Safe, secure pick, in my opinion. And the last guy we're going to talk about is Tyrel Dodson. If you recognize the name, it is a name that I've talked about on this channel. The Seattle Seahawks, that's the team he started with last season. About halfway through the year, they did release him. And I made a whole video about that, of why they released him, even though I still think he's a pretty good linebacker. That doesn't make sense, right? Why would they release him if he's pretty good? The Seahawks were terrible against the run. Tyrel Dodson, he is not a very good run defense linebacker, but he is a very good pass defense linebacker, which, once again, is where the Bucs struggled last season. 26 years old, 6 foot. There you go. That run defense grade, not pretty at all, but that pass coverage grade. Have you heard the name? Like, he's nowhere near like this household name guy, but he's top 5. Top 5 in pass coverage grade. And once again, what the Bucs mightily struggled in last year, stopping the pass in that middle of the field. So if they go get a guy like Tyrel Dodson, will not cost a lot of money at all. I mean, the Seahawks released him last year. Will not cost you a lot of money. He's a guy that if the Bucs were to go inside linebacker first round or second round, you pair them with a Tyrel Dodson next to a Lavonte David if they bring him back. That is a situation I really do like. That would be a very cheap option, budget option. Get you a talented guy from college. Maybe he's your first and second down guy. If you're getting a linebacker in the first round, he'll be your first and second down guy. And then you can bring in a guy like Tyrel Dodson to maybe come in for Lavonte or that guy to play those coverage downs, third and longs, so we don't get burned on 3rd and 12 again, 3rd and 8 again all season long. That sounds good, right? Cheap budget option. This is honestly, we're talking about, Zack Baun's and Dre Greenlaws and Nick Bolton's, guys that will, cost you a bit more money, but a Tyrel Dodson, I would not be mad at that at all. Pairing him with someone else, obviously, because depth is an issue. You got to pair him with someone else if you're going to go for Tyrel Dodson, in my opinion. So that's going to be it for me. 4 options right there. You got your huge, big-name guy coming off a first-team All-Pro season in Zack Baun. You got a guy who's coming off an injury, may cost you a little bit less, but the talent is deep inside. We've seen it before. Nick Bolton, the safe, secure pick, never causes any issues. Teams don't ever attack him. He just gets the job done. And then Tyrel Dodson, your pass coverage guy that you should pair with a guy in the draft. He can come in on third downs, play very good coverage. Like I said, fifth in the NFL last season in pass coverage grade. So all pretty good options, all different directions, and I'm excited to see where the Bucs go to address this inside linebacker hole on our defense this offseason. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave your comments down below, your thoughts on the guys I provided, and any guys I may have missed or left out. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Go Bucs. You all have a blessed one.